Hello everyone and welcome to the Transit Nomad family Kuala Lumpur City Transit Pricing Guide, MRT, LRT, monorail and buses. Before we get started, whether you're currently in Asia, Europe, USA or anywhere else, if you haven't done much long-term or long-distance traveling lately, I would like to challenge you to broaden your horizons and give it a try. When you visit new places, you might find yourself feeling happier and more fulfilled with new ideas, inspiration, and motivation to accomplish your life goals. And it's not just my personal opinion, it's confirmed by scientific research. In the worst case scenario, you'll just learn how to appreciate your home country more. Either way, it should be a win-win situation, and as an active traveler and business owner with experience, I might be able to assist you with trip planning, life coaching, and business consulting, with all the details available at buymeacoffee.com/transitnomad or through the link in the video description below. This is where you can also find lots of exclusive content on many different cities around the world, my secret tips, PDF guides, and the option to request a custom video on any topic that matters to you. With that being said, we're currently located at one of their MRT stops here in Kuala Lumpur. And before we go to the vending machine and I show you how to use it and what options you might have available, I would like to tell you that the first step before riding public transportation in Kuala Lumpur, you should look up your directions on Google Maps so you know exactly which station you need to go to and which station you are heading to, because the fares are based on distance and the fare is calculated based on which station you're going to get off, and you need to type in that station in the vending machine if you want to pay the correct fare in order to buy your token. This is applicable if you're not planning on using their public transportation a lot, and if you're not planning to use their city buses, if you are in town for a short time and you need to ride the MRT or the LRT or the monorail a few times, that is most likely how you're going to pay for it, is using those vending machines. If you are staying in town longer and you plan on using public transportation a lot, then it would be better to buy their local public transport card, which costs 10 Malaysian ringgit on top of the actual cost of public transportation. And this card would allow you to tap in and out without having to worry where you're gonna get off. The system's going to calculate everything automatically based on your travel history. And it's a little bit more expensive. Also, you have to take an extra step to buy that card, but it's going to save you some time and money in the long term, and it's going to give you the ability to ride city buses, because unfortunately their city buses at the time of recording this video, they do not accept cash and they do not accept credit cards. So their local public transport card is the only way to pay for city buses. Again, if you are staying in town longer, you may want to use city buses. They do have a pretty extensive network and it might make things easier for you. But if you're in town for just a few days and you are staying in the city center, then you don't need to worry about buying their local public transport card. You don't need to worry about riding their city buses. Just focus on MRT, LRT and light rail and monorail, because you can use your credit card to pay for these. With that being said, let me show you how to use your credit card to buy a ticket for MRT, LRT or monorail. Also, I want to mention that the prices are fairly cheap. It's usually around $1 per ride. It can be a little bit more, it can be a little bit less, but it's usually about $1. Over here you can see this is where we are located right now, and this is the cost of all the stops. You can see if you ride a couple of stops, it's 160, 180. These are Malaysian ringgit money. $1 American is approximately 4 Malaysian ringgits at the time of recording this video. So if you ride it all the way, then it's gonna cost about 4 Malaysian ringgits, meaning it's about $1. If you ride it just a couple of stops, over here it's less, it's about 50 cents or something like that. And if you ride it from end to end, maybe it's gonna cost closer to 2 American dollars. Again, everything is based on distance, but you need to know which stop you're gonna get off at. For example, let's say we are heading 3 stops and we're gonna get off at Pasar Seni. This is very important because we need to know which stop we're heading to. Then over here in the machine we choose English, then we click buy tokens, And then we need to type in the name of that stop over here. You can see that stop is over here. We select it, and then this is the fare. It says 180, which is exactly what it says over here, correct? And then you select the number of people. Let's say we want 2 adults, so it becomes 360 for 2 people. Click confirm, and then all you have to do is just scan your credit card over here, or use cash. You can use Malaysian cash also as well. I wish they had this option on buses, but on buses they do not accept cash or credit cards, and you have to have their local public transport card. Now, it appears that this specific machine, I don't know if it's accepting credit cards or not, because you can see it says add banknotes, and it's not really giving us the option to pay with a credit card, even though over here it says that it's accepting a credit card. So maybe this machine is currently not functioning properly, but you should be able to, once you click confirm, you should be able to choose either cash or credit card as an option. And then you should be able to scan or tap your card over here, and then you'll get your tokens over here. And once you pick up those tokens, you need to bring them with you to their gate, and you tap that token at the gate would open, you'll be able to enter the system, and then keep that token, don't throw it away, make sure you keep it in your pocket or somewhere in your bag safely, because when you're exiting the system, you would need to put that token back inside the gate, and it's gonna open it for you, so you can exit the system, and the system is going to verify that you traveled the correct distance and you paid the correct fare. That is how it works over here, unless you buy their local public transport card. Definitely not the most convenient way to pay for public transport. It could be better, they could learn from other cities, but that's the way it is here in Kuala Lumpur at this time. I hope you found this video helpful, and as a friendly reminder, I'm currently in East and Southeast Asia for a few months, and during this time I'm recording lots of exclusive content comparing many different cities in the region to help you decide which ones you should visit, while also saving you lots of time and money with practical tips on how to get the most out of your trip. For example, Singapore is one of the most expensive destinations in the world, but I know a way how you can save hundreds or maybe even thousands of dollars when visiting Singapore, and it's not something that others talk about on YouTube. So head over to buymeacoffee.com/transitnomad using the link below and donate any amount of your choice, no matter how big or how small, to get access to my most helpful exclusive content that covers Singapore, Kuala Lumpur, Bangkok, Hong Kong, and many other cities in Asia, Europe, and the United States. With that being said, thank you everyone for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing. I appreciate you being a part of the Transit Nomad family and look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.